So, the moment has finally arrived. The box is open, the protective plastic is peeled off, and that gorgeous brand new gaming PC is sitting right there on your desk. But hold on, before you can dive into your favorite games, there's one last quest to complete. Let's get this thing set up and ready for battle. Look, whether you spent weeks picking out every part and building this beast yourself, or you just got a killer pre-built, you are in the right place. That very first time you hit the power button is a big deal, and we're going to make sure you absolutely nail it. So think of this as your personal checklist. We're going to cut through all the noise and just focus on the essential steps you need to take your PC from a pretty box of electronics to a legit high-performance gaming rig. We're going to break this down into 4 simple phases. First, we'll get everything plugged in correctly, the physical stuff. Then we're going to dip our toes into the BIOS to unlock the real power of your hardware. After that, we get the operating system on there, and finally, we'll do a quick round of crucial tweaks to get you fully optimized and game ready. All right, first things first, the physical setup. Getting all these initial connections right is the foundation for everything else. It might seem super basic, but a tiny mistake here can lead to some massive headaches down the road. Okay, where are you putting this thing? Whatever you do, keep it off the floor, especially if you have carpet, because that's just a magnet for dust and pet hair that'll choke your fans. For power, please don't just plug it straight into the wall outlet. Use a surge protector. It's a cheap insurance policy for your very expensive machine. Grab your keyboard and mouse and plug them directly into the USB ports on the motherboard's main panel, not a hub, just to make sure they work from the get-go. And hey, if your motherboard came with little Wi-Fi antennas, go ahead and screw those in now. Trust me, you'll be glad you did. And now let's talk about this single biggest, most common mistake that new PC owners make. Seriously, this one thing can absolutely cripple your performance before you even install a single game. And it all comes down to where you plug in your monitor. I cannot stress this enough. Plug your monitor's cable into your graphics card. That's the set of horizontal slots usually located lower down on the back of the case. If you plug it into those vertical slots up near the top, you're using the motherboard's built-in graphics. You are completely bypassing that powerful, expensive GPU you paid for, and your games will run, well, they won't. So, GPU, not motherboard. With everything plugged in, it's time to power on for the first time and head into the BIOS. Now, don't let the name scare you. Just think of it as your PC's main control panel. It's the behind-the-scenes menu where we tell the hardware what to do before Windows even wakes up. So, when you first turn it on, you'll see a logo pop up from your motherboard manufacturer. As soon as you see that, start tapping the key it tells you to. It's usually Delete, F2, or F12. This will get you into the BIOS, or what's now more commonly called UEFI. This is where you can talk directly to your hardware. Now, the good news is you don't need to be an expert in here. We're just going to flip 3 switches for massive performance gain. First, look for a setting called XMP or maybe EXPO and enable it. This is basically a Make My RAM Fast button, unlocking the full speed you paid for. Second, find and enable Resizable Bar. This just helps your CPU and GPU talk to each other more efficiently, which can give you a nice little boost in frame rates. And finally, tell your PC to boot from your Windows installer USB drive first. Okay, BIOS is all set. Now it's time for the really exciting part, installing the operating system. This is the moment where your machine stops being a collection of parts and really comes to life. But wait, before you do that, here is a pro tip that could save you from a massive headache. While you're on another computer creating that Windows USB drive, go to your motherboard manufacturer's website, find your model, and download the latest network drivers, for Wi-Fi or Ethernet. Just put them in a folder on that same USB stick. You're going to thank me for this in a second. Because you might run into this. It's super common. You get to the part of the Windows setup where it says, let's connect you to a network, and nothing. It can't see your internet because Windows doesn't have the right drivers yet, and it won't let you continue. You're stuck. Or are you? Now, if you listened to that pro tip, you could just install the drivers from your USB right now. But there's an even faster way, a little secret handshake that lets you skip this screen entirely and skip the need to log in with a Microsoft account. This is the magic command. When you're on that network screen, just press Shift and F10 at the same time. A black command prompt window will pop up. In that window, type OOBE/bypass NRO, exactly like that, and hit enter. Your PC will restart, and when you get back to that screen, you'll see a beautiful new button that says, I don't have internet. Click that and you're free. It's a total lifesaver. And just like that, welcome to the Windows desktop. Your PC is alive. Now it's time for the Power Up Montage. This is going to be a rapid-fire round of essential tweaks to get your system dialed in for maximum gaming performance. First up, let's fix your mouse. Go into the mouse settings in Windows, click on Additional Mouse Options, go to the Pointer Options tab, and uncheck the box that says Enhance Pointer Precision. That's just a sneaky name for mouse acceleration, which messes with your muscle memory and makes your aim inconsistent in shooters. Turn it off. If you want to change your cursor speed, use the DPI buttons on your actual mouse, not the slider in Windows. Next, your monitor. You paid good money for that silky smooth 144 Hz or 240 Hz screen, right? Well, Windows loves to default it back to a choppy 60 Hz. So right-click your desktop, go to Display Settings, scroll down to Advanced Display, and make sure you crank that refresh rate up to the highest number it offers. The difference is night and day. Okay, lightning round. Go to your graphics card and motherboard websites and get the latest drivers. Don't just rely on Windows for this. Then run Windows Update over and over until it tells you there's nothing left to install. Here's a quick security tip. Open File Explorer, go into its options, and uncheck Hide Extensions for known file types. This makes it way harder for viruses to disguise themselves. And finally, if you have more than one drive, open up Steam, go to Settings, and add your other SSDs so you can install games there. One last thing. When you first connect to your Wi-Fi, Windows will ask if this is a public or private network. This actually matters. Think of public as your shields up mode. It's for coffee shops and airports hiding your PC from everyone else. Private is for your trusted home network. It lowers the shields a bit so you can do things like share files between your computers. So at home, choose private. And that's it. You did it. Your drivers are updated, your settings are tweaked, and your rig is fully optimized for victory. The final quest is complete. So now there's only one question left. What's the first world you're going to conquer?